Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to yet another episode of Costume Couture.
We have many.
Yes, I am Ian.
And I am Ray.
And before we start into our meaty discussion of our topic today, do you guys know we have a Patreon?
We have a Patreon.
Did you know that?
You should check out Heroes Podcast Network.
Yeah.
And donate. Help support us. Be
Yes.
part of the group. You get all kinds of access to behind the scenes. You get the newsletter. You get what's coming up next. And soon, you're going to be getting movie recreations.
You're going to get little skits.
By the 5 of us involved in Heroes Podcast Network.
Yep. It's something.
It's going to be, yeah. It's something we're starting. So.
Yes. So check that out. The link's going to be down below along with our website. And also how to enter in to be a cosplayer of the week. So if you guys want to be featured on this show, we're going to throw up the pictures, talk about you, plug you, do all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So send those submissions in.
So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about the DC Superheroe Girls. Is that the thong? Is that the thong?
There are many thongs.
Is that the song for it?
No.
Okay.
So if you didn't know,
tried.
DC Superheroe Girls is a 4 or 5 minute web series that occurs on a bi-weekly basis. Mm-hmm. And it's been going for a little over a year now.
Yeah.
It's got action figures. It's got costumes. It's
got little dolls, little
it's
hard rock candies. What are they called?
Yeah.
Hard rock candy? No, that's not
just
right.
rock candy.
That's right.
And it's pretty spectacular. The show is actually really entertaining.
It's very new for DC.
Yes.
It's not something they've done before.
I'm actually a little surprised nobody's ever tried marketing to younger girls with these very powerful female characters before. It kind of baffles my mind that nobody from any company has done this before Disney, or, besides Disney.
Yeah. I remember the first buzz about it was at San Diego Comic-Con in 2015 when I was there. And I got like a little bag and it came with like a little blue cape that said DC Superhero Girls. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? What is DC sold out to? What is this? I really did not like the idea of it at first. I mean, I love the idea for making cartoons and, catering towards the girls and getting them in the geek culture. I love that. Yes. But I'm like, what are they taking these characters that I love and what are they doing to them? Yes. Like, New 52 already fucked up a lot of things. What are they doing to these characters right now?
Yeah.
So, but... I was happy with how they did stuff. Am I a little, like, some things, but for the most part, I'm happy with it.
On the other hand, I have nieces. I don't have any kids. I have nieces. And they had no idea why I liked comic books so much, because comic books are, on the surface, very much still marketed for men and younger boys. But we all know that once you just turn a page, it's available for everybody.
Correct.
So they were missing out on what made it so accessible to me. So I loved the idea of this because it meant that the 3 of us, myself and my 2 nieces, could sit down and they could get to know these characters completely differently from how I got to know them, but also in a brand new setting that was... Like, this is really targeted for girls, but it definitely has mass appeal.
I agree. It's kind of like how Powerpuff Girls was, I think, back in the day.
My Little Pony is now.
It's very marketed towards girls, but, there's still that humor and that, relatability that guys can get into.
Absolutely. You don't have...
There's no shame in liking this cartoon. Right. There's no, don't have that stigma be there.
It's really well done. And here's my only pet peeve with the show now. These characters are so well developed. These versions of them at Superhero High are so good that it can hold its own 30-minute TV show or 22-minute episode on a network as opposed to a 4-minute short on a YouTube channel. So it makes me a little sad that DC's like, yes, we're going to do this. It's going to be new. It's going to be exciting. But they're not going full force.
Well, haven't they made an animated movie? Aren't they making one?
They did make a direct to
DVD video.
Home animated film. I think they're following too closely to Monster High.
Okay.
Monster High scored really big on making monsters accessible, and they of course have great morals and everything, but they were made to sell toys, and they sell toys really well. But DC Superhero Girls has more history to build on than I would say Monster High. So
for sure.
I think it's fair that they can try and step out of the box. They could have their own TV show, and I don't see why it wouldn't succeed.
Oh, yeah. Now, speaking of the girls, they are, as you said, in Superhero High. So they have new looks. They are not the comic book versions that we know. There are aspects and there are themes that are incorporated into the characters for sure, but you can't have, Poison Ivy walk around almost naked in high school.
There are no in-your-face cleavage. There's no, like, really long legs. There's no midriff showing. There's no butt showing.
There's no, like, cinched waist, high tits. There's nothing like that.
But they all manage to incorporate or translate the characters very well, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think that my favorite costume, we're going to talk a little bit about everybody, but my favorites are Wonder Woman's by far my favorite. Right. It's very well done. I love that she has armor absolutely everywhere. I love that she has sleeves and pants and it's not a corset, and it's just, when I say I love it, it's because it's individualized. It's very special for this show. It's not something we've seen and that's been rehashed, because we've seen so many different versions of Wonder Woman, either from costumers, which we hang out with, or just by the comics themselves, that it's difficult to come up with new reiterations.
I agree.
And I think they did a great job for this one.
I do agree. My favorite is actually Batgirl.
Oh, yeah? I
love that her backpack are like bat wings, and it just looks, it's the classic purple look from, like, the 60s cartoon.
Absolutely.
And I really love this Batgirl. And
I like the hood.
Yes, our friend Dual Sport Cosplay cosplays as this version of Batgirl, and it is so cute. And it's appropriate, too. Dual Sport is, 16, 17 years old. Jeez. So, characters, for example, like Harley or Ivy, who are very sexualized in the comics and are very, pin-up and very, foo-foo. Kids can cosplay these characters and still be that character, but a much age-appropriate version.
Now let's talk a little bit about Harley, because she had a very drastic change, and it is heavily influenced by the film Suicide Squad.
Yes.
And they started around the same time. We started seeing pictures of both characters around the same time for DC Superheroe Girls and Suicide Squad. So I completely understand how the relationship works. Now, last year, my boss, she has a granddaughter who wanted to dress up as Suicide Squad Harley.
From the movie?
Yes.
Oh.
She's 8 years old.
Oh.
And we all kind of just looked at each other and said, that's not appropriate. How can we make this appropriate? So I showed her DC Superhero Girls. So at my job, I made her watch the Harley episode, the Harley profile.
Right.
And she loved it. She was like, okay, I'm going to do this. She found the costume at Target. It was, $20 some odd and very age appropriate.
Yes.
Everybody involved in that costume was so happy. The mom was happy. The dad was happy. The daughter was happy. And my boss was happy. So
brownie points for you.
It was... you've done a good job when you can please people that know nothing about the character.
Right.
These people are not comic book fans. They have no idea who Harley Quinn is. They saw a trailer for Suicide Squad, and she said, I want to be that. And everybody's looking around like, no.
Yeah, like, oh, okay, we're not gonna, but that's a nice try.
Like, there's a lot of complaints, but Margot Robbie sure wore that.
She did.
And it's a sexy outfit on her, and to have a child's version... It's pretty incredible that they were able to do that.
Yeah.
I specifically love the diamond pattern. It kind of looks like a checkerboard, but
it does.
It's definitely the diamonds.
And she's wearing a polo with like the puffy sleeves.
And it's so cute.
It is cute, and she wear what, jean shorts and then leggings. Am I correct?
Yeah, and she's got the blonde pigtails with a streak of blue and a streak of red.
Which is the New 52 influence.
I know a lot of people don't like the blue addition to her, but I think it gets...
certain aspects, it works.
I think it's kind of important since in the New 52 she broke away from Joker. I like that she has a new look following that emotional break. So I don't think it's really necessary to separate her from Joker color-wise, but I just think, you know, it's a very popular stereotype for women to break up and then change their hair. So I thought it was cute that she added the blue.
It is a very cute outfit, and it's still very Harley. You know, you have the diamond patterns, you have, you know,
she
the
still
red.
has her mallet.
She does still have her mallet, and she has her domino mask.
Yes.
And she has her traditional, you know, Brooklyn high squeaky voice.
Yes.
Nothing has changed there. Tara Strong actually voices her, who voiced her in the last 2 Arkham games and the Injustice games. So she's voiced Harley for quite some time now. And she's voicing Harley in this, which is a brand new take on her.
And it definitely works. And
yes, I agree.
I think Harley's well done.
Yes, so let's talk about Wonder Woman since she is your favorite.
Sure, let's talk about her.
She's voiced by Greta Lyle, who normally voices Catwoman in the DC universe.
Yeah,
she's the voice of Catwoman.
Is a very popular voice actress, but she tends to play more villainous characters.
So it's nice to see her voice Wonder Woman and like a teenage Wonder Woman too. It's fun. All these characters have really fun energy to their voice. If that makes sense.
They do. I super love Wonder Woman. I love Batgirl. I'm a fan of Harley. Let's talk about Poison Ivy.
Okay.
So Poison Ivy was probably, looks like they struggled the most.
I do not like her look.
Adapting her.
I will tell you that.
I feel like for me it's the capris that are the biggest offender.
Yeah.
I like the little robe thing that she has over.
See, I don't like it. I feel like they just put like a sack on her, painted green, and call it good. I don't like that, and then I don't like her one weird braid.
Yeah.
That's just...
But do you know how many girls did that when I was in high school? No, that braid is very popular. Like, girls just love to have one random braid.
See,
so I feel like that's a style of the times and not... Okay, so talk more about Poison Ivy. Okay. What else do you not like?
Like I said, I just feel like they put like a green sack on her. Yeah. And then put her in leggings and, you know, little like hipster shoes and...
I get it.
Pushed her out the door.
Okay.
It's just I don't...
Okay.
Normally I love all of Ivy's looks, but that's one that I just don't really... Like, I mean, I get it makes sense that for her being in high school and she's, you know, being more of a hipster, you know, she's very eco-friendly, so maybe that's, you know, all recycled fabric. I don't know. I don't know.
She is a hippie. They make her that. And I love when she's more of a hippie. I get the bioterrorism thing. I totally understand it. But I love hippie Ivy.
Right.
I'm very...
And maybe it's because I like more the eco-terrorism Harley, or Ivy, than the hippie Harley.
That's totally possible.
Because I think the eco-terrorism one is just more badass and in your face. But, I don't know, this just isn't my favorite version. But, I get it. You know, that's my opinion.
I totally get it. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I don't think it translates as well. And honestly, but I don't know if I could do any better, you know? She's not...
It works for the show, but I don't like the look, if that makes sense. Yeah. It works for what the universe she is in right now.
I agree.
So let's talk about Hot Girl since she's on the table too.
I love Hot Girl. They made her hall monitor.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember. I thought she was hall monitor, which is
she's hall
really
monitor.
Funny.
It's hilarious because, you know, she's Shira Hall. Yeah. At some point, and
she, you know, flies around and, you know, stops people. It's very funny.
They made her a person of color.
They did.
They did not specify, but she has darker skin. Mm-hmm. And I believe that's heavily influenced from the Legends of Tomorrow. Because they cast a woman.
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen Legends of Tomorrow, but I know that.
They cast a woman of color as Hot Girl. Mm-hmm. And this came out shortly after that casting was done. I think it works. Mm-hmm. I think it was a smart move.
I agree.
I wouldn't care if they made Hot Girl a black woman or Hispanic woman or Egyptian woman tomorrow.
I think the comics. An Egyptian Hot Girl would be super cool and influenced by like Egyptian gods or something. That'd be super cool.
Her story goes all the way back to Egypt so often. I don't understand why they haven't done it. Yeah. I love redheaded Hot Girl. I do. I'm a redheaded heart, but I think it works.
Oh, I agree.
I wouldn't even care if that happened tomorrow. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
But her costume is pretty similar. She's got the red leggings. She's got the yellow leotard, and
she has a sash, doesn't she?
She has two.
Yeah, that's right.
It crosses over in the X with the hawk symbol, and I love when they do that. I love the green harness. It's one of my favorites.
Now, does she have her helmet? I can't remember.
She does.
Okay.
She does not wear it all the time.
That's
she does take it off, and that's where people get thrown. But she does have it. She also has her mace every once in a while. It's not in every episode she's in.
Because if someone doesn't have a hall pass, she clocks them over the head with it.
She's also one of their B characters. I'm waiting for them to step her up. But
yeah, so we should talk. The main focus characters are Harley, Ivy, Wonder Woman, Batgirl,
Katana, Bumblebee, and Supergirl.
Yes, those are the core characters.
Yes.
And so Supergirl, I don't think her outfit really has changed that much from traditional Supergirl.
So I actually made that cosplay for a young woman 2 years ago for Planet Comic Con
I remember that,
2015. And it looks stellar. It's a full shirt. There's no midriff involved. It's lined in, it's a bright blue and it's lined in dark blue. It has the red skirt, and it's got a cape attached to the shoulders as opposed to removable. And she's wearing this cute little crystal of kryptonite on, not like green kryptonite.
Right.
It's a different kryptonite. I think it's blue.
It can't be green kryptonite.
It's not.
Then
I think
she can't
it's blue.
fly.
But she's wearing it, and it's so cute because she's got the headband on and everything.
It is very, and it's reminds me a lot of the Superman animated series, the Justice League Bruce Timm version of Supergirl.
Yeah.
But more toned down to be kid friendly.
I agree. And I love it.
And then the head mistress of the prince, wasn't that Amanda Waller?
It is.
That's what I thought. And so why Amanda Waller is running a high school is beyond me.
It shouldn't be like that.
It should not be Amanda Waller at all.
So,
and she's in a pantsuit. She's in her suit and a skirt. She looks like Amanda Waller. So
yeah, she does.
You can't really do much for her because she doesn't really have a superhero costume. So.
Right. Katana looks really cool. I think that this is probably Katana's best costume.
Because she has long hair.
She's got the longer hair past her shoulders as opposed to the movie.
Yeah, the movie Bob.
And even shorter in the Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow show.
Yep.
But she has some really cool shoulder armor. It's asymmetrical, only on one side, and the rest of the outfit is black, white, and gray, whereas the armor's red. And I just feel like it combines the really awesome coolness of the comics and makes it more accessible to a child, makes it less sexy.
I agree.
I did the Suicide Squad Katana, and it's such an easy outfit. It's leggings and a midriff wife beater and a jacket with some paint on it.
Yeah,
like it's
easy peasy.
Nothing to really get excited over.
Right. So this one, do you think it's more detail oriented?
Yes.
Or okay.
Absolutely.
And then the character we mentioned was Bumblebee, which isn't a character that gets a lot of spotlight in some things. The first time I saw her,
she's one of the main. Yeah, you're right. She doesn't get a lot of.
No, because the first time I saw her was in the Teen Titans cartoon way back when. That's how I was first introduced to her. That's when I think a lot of people were first introduced to her my age, and so we haven't really seen a whole lot of her, but. She automatically just, randomly pops up in the show, but she's not used a whole lot.
They really should push her more because I feel like she is a fantastic character. She's so intelligent. In this show, they don't really go too much into her character, but she wears these really cute leggings, and she's got, I want to say more of a track and field kind of top.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it's definitely a workout outfit, but she's got her hair all pulled over to one side and kind of the shaved head look, but she has bits of blue and yellow mixed in.
It's really cute. And we should also mention that, some of these characters have jobs in the high school. Like, Barbara Gordon is tech support. That's great.
She is.
That's funny.
It's pretty good.
It makes sense. One woman is kind of the leader of everyone. Yeah. Harley is just, I think she's just there to be Harley.
Yes.
I don't think she has, Ivy's in charge of the, gardening club.
Yes.
I think, Harley's in charge of the theater club, isn't she?
She is.
Or, So, each character kind of has their own little club and clique that they're in charge of, with like a high school.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the way they do these characters, it's, the design from writing it all is very cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really stands out like, what is that character doing?
Right. I agree. I think it all blends very well. I think there's a ton of characters that they do that are really, they're so sexualized in comics. Mm-hmm. And as adults, that doesn't bother me whatsoever. But as a child, it is kind of, oh, I wonder if I'm going to grow up to look like that ever. Or
right. There's an image.
Yeah. So it's nice to see these characters in different forms. And so far they've tackled difficult characters like Poison Ivy, like Sapphire, like Starfire.
Yes.
And I'm waiting to see what they do with, Vixen or Powergirl, mm-hmm. who are also very sexualized.
Yes.
And it would be interesting.
Have they done Killer Frost yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's only in a couple episodes, but she looks very similar to the DC Bombshells, where it's a sweater kind of thing, okay. And that's cool.
Okay. So what is I don't watch the show that often. I watched a few episodes, but then I stopped.
I haven't watched the show in a little while.
What does Starfire and Sapphire look like? Starfire is very sexualized in the comics.
Starfire is brand new, and they made sure to have her covered, but it's more of a one piece than split down.
Okay.
And then Sapphire looks a lot like she did in some of the more recent animated films when she was in Doom.
Okay.
She was completely covered. She mm-hmm. had a hole in her bodysuit instead of just the star. It was right. in the shape of the star, and it was breasts, but everything else was covered. And that's what she mostly looks like here, but okay. she can be seen in the background a lot.
Okay.
So, but she wears a really pretty tiara that I love.
Oh, okay.
I want a tiara.
Are there any characters on the show that have not appeared yet that you want to see?
So, Catwoman has been in like 2 episodes, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do with her. I said Vixen and Powergirl earlier. I think they're really the main ones still mm-hmm. left out. They could definitely add them in, and it's always interesting to see how people handle that boob window for Powergirl. Like, how do you show that this is Powergirl and not Supergirl, but not have that boob window? I mean, as a cosplayer, I struggle with that a lot.
I think the haircut and
using white more definitely helps.
I agree. The color scheme will help. Haircut and color scheme for her, for sure. We should also note that there are also male characters on the show, too. Like, Beast Boy has appeared in a few episodes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Robin or Nightwing have, but if they haven't, I would love to see them. Yes, Green Lantern. Batman obviously has not.
Batman and
I don't know why.
Superman are considered heroes already.
So they're the older, like, senior class graduated. Okay.
The ages definitely throw me off. I always associate Wonder Woman as a similar age range, or at least a level of celebrity that Batman and Superman mm-hmm. are already on. So that throws me off. But I get that you don't want to have a DC women show without Wonder Woman.
Right. It makes sense. Because if not, they'd be like, well, where's like the most famous DC woman on our show?
Yeah.
No, she's not here. I'm so sorry. She already graduated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she comes back as a guest teacher sometimes.
She could have been the principal. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Wonder Woman as the principal. That I could see.
I'm a little bothered that like Superman and Batman aren't the principals or like aren't teachers.
They can be the superintendents of the school district.
There you go. So that about wraps up DC Superhero Girls. We want to know what you guys think about the differences between the costumes. And cosplayers, definitely. Have you cosplayed a DC Superhero Girl yet? We know of Doodle Sport. We'd mm-hmm. love to know more about yours. So let us know in the comments below. Send us your pictures. We'll feature you next episode if we can. We'd love that. Okay? So you can check out Ian at House of Turner Cosplay. Ding! You can check out me at Siren Ray Cosplay. Ding! And of course, follow us on all Heroes Podcast networks on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye.
Bye.